One thing I would say too is like, if you're something that really so for Licorice Pizza and then Baby Driver 2, like the beginning scenes are something that the directors saw like 20 years ago, and they were like, those ideas just stick around with them. So I would say, like, if everyone's like, Micah, you're not writing your screenplay anymore, I'd be like, I got time, good ideas stick around.
Yeah. And I mean, great idea. I'm very psyched to see if it does go somewhere in the future.
Yeah,
'cause that would be wonderful.
I think it will. I'm just juggling a lot of projects.
Yeah, juggling.
You know how it is. You know how it is.
Yeah.
Busy.
Oh yeah, I know.
Busy. I'm
very busy, man.
It's summer, right? So it's like,
oh man,
I got so much going on.
It's summer. It's longboarding season. I can finally skid around. I was doing that over the weekend.
It's dating season. Just go out and talk to women.
Yeah.
Which we're both very good at. Well,
okay.
I am.
Good for you.
Sometimes.
Okay.
I can be.
Besides that, okay.
That's not the point. Yeah, that's not. What are we talking about today, Lee?
Not women. No, we're talking about Solaris and Stalker, two 70s movies directed by a Russian guy, Tarkovsky. Great movies.
How did you say his name?
I'm not saying it again. I give up. I will say though, when I said that, Spotify auto captioned it the right word, so I guess I'm saying it right. You're gonna do text to speech.
Here's what Wikipedia says.
Oh, no.
Andrei Tarkovsky.
Andrei Tarkovsky. That's the American version.
I'm close.
Andrei Tarkovsky.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys can hear it. But
Probably not.
Andrei Tarkovsky, which I don't speak Russian. I wish I did because it looks dope as heck, bro. Their alphabets, like
those letters.
The film starting off and just the letters pop up. I was like, all right, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
First off, I want to tell you. So I was at a church retreat over the weekend.
Yep.
Fun time. One dude there last year, we had some good discussions. He was telling me how he thinks Jackie Brown had the best writing of a Tarantino movie.
Okay.
So I was like, I have to see this.
This guy knows ball. Yeah.
Yeah. So I watched Jackie Brown. I was like, yeah, it's pretty good. He's big with Andor, Star Wars shows.
Yep.
I told him I failed. I did not. I had a whole year to watch 2 seasons. Meanwhile, I was watching Game of Thrones and stuff like that.
Not worth it.
Yeah, it was worth it, but also I want to watch Andor. I don't want to upset him. But so we were talking about stuff yesterday, and we were talking about new movies, and he was like, one battle after another. It was absolutely awful. I was like, yes,
this guy gets it.
Thank the Lord that there's someone else that knows that movie just isn't that good.
Yeah.
Okay, one battle after another and Sinners, I both heavily enjoyed. They were both great movies, but they did not deserve any nominations, let me tell you. Sinners definitely should have won Best Music. I mean, like that.
Yeah,
that made sense.
I agree with that one.
But everything else, I mean, Sean Penn in one battle for another, it was just funny.
What about K-pop Demon Hunters? Like that should have won.
It should have, but I never seen it, so it's out of my range.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what else there was because we had a whole episode.
Yeah.
I mean, I really liked Begonia, and I think it got nominated, but I don't think
it did get
won
nominated,
anything.
but it didn't win. Yeah, it's on Netflix.
That one has a great soundtrack too.
Yeah,
and that's definitely one I want to rewatch. Tron Ares, also kind of a banger of a soundtrack.
Yeah, dude. Everyone hated that for no reason.
For reasons.
Jared Leto.
Well, yeah.
We
the writing is not there,
yeah.
and the franchise as well. I would say I don't care for Tron. Like when I was a kid watching that newer one, like our generation's version of Tron,
Legacy.
Like that's hype.
Yeah.
That's hype. Like you got lightsaber things,
Mm-hmm.
but then like watching it as an adult, it's like, well. But playing Tron on the Wii, like that was fun. That was hype.
We'll run that back.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Okay, so we're gonna talk about Andrei Tarkovsky. It's a T, Tarkovsky today. Luke, you were the one telling me about him.
Yes.
So who told you about this director? How did you find out about him?
So probably off of TikTok at some point, people are just yapping about amazing movies outside of countries, outside of the U.S. And Stalker is known to be one of the most big sci-fi movies that's not in English.
Mm-hmm.
So I had Stalker is like one of the first movies I have in my Letterboxd watch list.
Yeah. So, and these movies are on YouTube. So if you're curious about Stalker or Solaris, which are the two films we're talking about today, you can go watch them. They have the subtitles on everything.
Links in the description, if I remember.
Well, now you have to.
Yeah.
Have you ever put links in the description? I'm really sad that you don't put the timing stuff because I loved your.
Yeah, but dude,
It was so
having to
funny.
listen to the whole episode again, it just took up time.
Maybe you should though, because. I'm sorry.
How you want to do it?
I wrote some trivia for you
Oh no.
for Andrei Tarkovsky,
Okay.
but we can get into that then. That's why I told you I locked in for this episode.
Sweet.
But yeah, so TikTok probably told you about this. And have you watched any of his other movies?
Yes, I've seen Ivan's Childhood, which is his first
Mm-hmm.
full feature film. I watched The Steamroller and The Violinist, and that is like a short that came
Okay.
out before Ivan's Childhood. I've seen The Mirror,
Mm-hmm.
which came after that, which was beautiful to look at, but not really anything else more. I think that's it. I know there's a couple more. There's 2 after Stalker I want to watch, or 3, but on YouTube they're just not there.
Yeah.
With what I dug, I couldn't find, so have to dig harder because I really want to
Get
watch
some better
all of them.
piracy, yeah. Are you gonna 100% him on?
I want to.
Letterboxd?
I did skip one. It's called Andre something because it's 3 hours long.
Isn't that his first one?
No.
Ivan's Childhood is, but
Ivan's, yeah.
Andre. I think, yeah, let me pull that up because I was looking at some Wikipedia about this guy because he's a very fascinating director, especially because I don't know much about Russian cinema, right? So I think it was just really interesting to see just how they do it. Particularly with Stalker, I watched that one last night. I was just interested in like the budget. So there's this part, and I'm not really getting into the film, but there's this part where they have like all these tanks or whatever, like dead tanks. And I was like, it's kind of low budget, but like it's kind of a vibe. Like I still see what they're doing. There is a shot that he like they go close up through the window. I was like, this is a good shot. Some of the cinematography I've only seen Stalker and Solaris.
Yeah.
Some of the cinematography is just
Yeah.
especially with Solaris because there's a lot of like wide shots and then he'll zoom in slowly. And I'm a big fan of that. As well as there were 2 mirror shots in Solaris, which I was like, the first one was just peak. Like it was so unsettling. But we can talk about that then.
Definitely.
So I'm looking at this. So it looks like his first film was The Killers. I don't know if these are like, because I know he went to college, so a lot of these are probably like,
Yeah, they're with other people too. Just
Right.
him straight up. His first Steamroller is the one you're looking at probably. That he did on
Andrei
his own.
Rublev is his other one.
Yeah.
But yeah, what a fascinating guy. The Sacrifice, that one looks interesting. Did you watch that one?
Oh, no, that's his last one, so I'm waiting till I get through all the other ones to watch.
Yeah, I mean he only has about 11 films, and I've only watched 2, and I'm at 18%. So, yeah, interesting. Okay, so let's get started, shall we?
Oh yeah, whatever one you want to start with.
Let's do Solaris.
Okay.
I loved Solaris. I think it was just, I actually preferred it more than Stalker.
Really? Okay.
You like Stalker more?
Yes.
Okay.
But also, I need to rewatch Solaris. I really do, because I watched that and I was like, dude, I fell asleep at one point. I mean, we'll get to. I'll talk about that scene. That I was like, what am I watching?
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's really long. It's longer than Stalker by a couple minutes.
Yeah.
I
did
don't know.
not like Stalker. I literally fell asleep. I like nodded off. I watched it with my sisters last night.
What do they think of it?
Well, my one sister had to leave
Okay.
for a little bit, but then the other sister, I think she liked it. Probably not. Probably not.
She's probably like, yeah, I liked it.
I was like, I need to watch. So last week I told you, okay, I'm going to watch these 2 movies. Literally procrastinated all week because I've been so busy. But I was watching Stalker or Solaris in bits and pieces, and then Stalker, I sat down and just went through it. there's this one scene when all three of them are just sitting at like the fountain or the room for like 5 minutes.
Yep.
I like nodded off, and then I like woke up and I was like, oh, they're still just sitting there.
Yeah.
Nothing's going on. I don't know how I want to do this, but we can talk about Solaris. But so Solaris, some people hype it up to be the Soviet response to 2001: A Space Odyssey, and there's definitely elements there for sure. But when I was doing research, I didn't find that it was like yada yada. In a 1970 interview, so 2 years before making Solaris, Tarkovsky called 2001: A Space Odyssey a lifeless schema with only pretensions to truth, as well as a, quote, cosmetic vision devoid of human emotion. And then on the flip side of that, Kubrick, however, later named Solaris as one of his favorite films, which I think is really funny.
Wow.
But I would say if I had a choice between Solaris and 2001: A Space Odyssey, probably gonna pick Solaris again, because that one seems to have more of a plot, and there's definitely elements of it that make it confusing and kind of like what is going on. But overall, I just loved how beautiful it was. So it starts off with the scenes of the forest, of water, just kind of setting it up. I think also a big part, well, so Stalker in particular is split into like two parts, right? I don't remember if Solaris is, but as I was watching this movie, I was thinking of it like, so this is a long 3-hour movie, so instead of trying to memorize everything that happens, I want to break it down into segments in my mind so that when I write my review, I can recall certain things. So for both of these movies, I would say they don't really get started until the 40-minute mark.
Yep.
Like they're very slow burns, and that's kind of just something you have to sit with. I feel like if you cut out a lot of it, like you could still get the same idea and same pieces from it, but it also just takes away the slow burn. It's kind of hard to explain. I realize I'm rambling a lot, but I was listening to this audiobook series. So the first book is 36 hours, right? It's called The Passage by Justin Cronin. It's basically the apocalypse, but with vampires. Pretty cool. There's some slow points, and I realized, like, do I trust the storyteller? Like, I could just stop listening to it right now and say, okay, I'm not into it, right? Or I could stick around and say, do I trust the storyteller that there's 2 other books after this? Do I trust that they are worth getting through the first one to go to? And that's something I realized with Andrei Tarkovsky, too. It's like, do you trust the storyteller? Is he going to take a long film and just have it end and you're going to be like, this was hot garbage, never going to watch this again? Or are you going to appreciate and understand the certain elements that he did? He also wrote a lot of scripts, so I just always respect that, as opposed to a director like, I didn't write anything, I just picked this up, you know? Yeah. That's kind of what gravitates me towards films, I would say. I started watching the 2003 The Italian Job last night.
Oh, no.
It's so cliche. Like, that's what it is. But it's kind of hype. Like, so you might be like, why would you watch that movie? I was like, Edward Norton. I was looking for a film with Edward Norton. But he's not in any rom-coms, which is unfortunate. He'd be so good in rom-coms, you know?
He hasn't been in a rom-com?
I don't think so.
Dude.
Let us
Now
know in the
I
comments.
need to know.
But, like, his role in Moonlight Kingdom is just so pleasant and nice to be around. And then he plays, like, this villain. He plays Steve in The Italian Job, so he's a villain. But it's like, I don't know, he's just grumpy. I'm like, Edward Norton, I want you to be happy. That's neither here nor there.
Yeah. Too late now.
Yeah. What would you like to say? I realize I just ramble a lot.
So,
sorry, I apologize.
Solaris opens with, as you said, just nature shots. Pond, grass, weeds.
Algae, yeah.
And then it shows the psychiatrist guy who...
Our main character, Chris Kelvin, I think is his name.
He's just staring at the pond for maybe like 10 minutes. And then you just follow him walking, and you get introduced to all these people in a house. And another one used to be a doctor or something.
Yeah.
Because they started listening to a older recording of a whole meeting. And everyone there thinks he's crazy, basically. Like, I kind of forget. I mean, you can definitely, you know what they were talking about.
So I understood is that our main character, Chris, he is at his parents' house, right? So his parents are still there. Someone comes and just like they're like you said, they're watching this film in black and white, and the contrast between color is also really well done because it does go black and white and then back into color. But yeah, basically this guy is like, I swear I saw something out in the ocean, and I think it doesn't really. I don't know if I wasn't paying attention or if they just don't explicitly say stuff, but it's like Solaris is this big oceanic planet, I assume, and so they have this station in orbit, right? So they keep sending guys there, and they're gonna send Chris there. This one guy came to give him the message and then talk about the discoveries and what's going on.
You
And
could throw this into the in the universe of Iron Lung, and say
I
that
guess
deep ocean exploration, but
the thing
blood?
also is these films are based off of books.
Yeah.
So apparently there was an older version of Solaris, I think,
Okay.
or maybe it wasn't called Solaris, but it was called something. And that one is more accurate. I think this book was written by a Polish dude as well, and the author did not like Solaris. He did not like because I think he changed a lot of stuff with Harry, or the girl. That's her name, right? Hary.
Sure.
Again, we don't speak Russian, so we're saying the Americanized versions of these names.
Yeah.
So
but
we could be totally wrong if somebody loves this film and is like, yeah, I just apologize, right? Because I'm not as attuned as I should be to the Russian culture and whatnot. And so there's this girl. So apparently that was a big thing. I want to read Roadside Picnic, which is the book that Stalker is based off of. Apparently it's very good, but it's behind a freaking paywall on Spotify. Like, excuse me, why would you have the audiobook there and then be like, actually, you have to pay for this?
how much?
I don't know. It's only like 8 hours.
No.
So it's not even that. I could probably just find it on YouTube. But when I was watching Stalker, and I apologize because we're like all over the place.
Yeah.
But Stalker felt very much like a book to me. Like I was like, okay, you have this character coming out. Yeah. So let me ask you some questions. Right?
Oh no.
Well, actually, here's some trivia. So the extended, all of this is from Wikipedia. So I just copied and pasted.
Wikipedia. No,
I love Wikipedia. The extended scene following Burton as he rides back to the city was filmed in Osaka and Tokyo, hence the roadsides being in Japanese. So due to delays in traveling, the crew just missed the World Expo 70 in Osaka, where they had hoped to also shoot futuristically looking structures. Foreign travel was not easily approved in the Soviet age, as you can imagine why, and the reason this long scene was left in the movie was probably to justify that trip for the director and the crew. I think that's just really funny because there's like this 5-minute driving scene where you're just going through tunnels. It flashes through color and then black, like this hazy shade of blue.
Yeah. I don't remember any of that. I fell asleep.
That's fair.
Right when I showed a car, I'm like, I'm out. I woke up, still going on. I'm like, yep, whatever, man.
So something that's really interesting, Akira Kurosawa, Andrei Tarkovsky really likes Akira. And he says that Seven Samurais is one of his favorite films.
So maybe you should watch it.
But Akira Kurosawa visited the Moss Film Studios during filming and expressed his admiration for the space station design. Solaris, 1972, was posthumously, like after he's dead, listed as one of Kurosawa's 100 favorite films. So here's some trivia for you to see how well you know Andre, Mr. Andre. Did he ever direct a play? Question
So
number one.
are you going to give me like multiple choice? Like, is this going to be like a $1 million Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and
Sure.
have like 4 options? If there
I'll
are,
give you 3 options for this one.
dang it. Well, I mean, the play one's just yes or no. I'm guessing.
Yeah, so I'll give you some options.
Yeah,
So, yes, he did direct the play. So in December 1976, did he direct Macbeth, Hamlet, or
Ooh.
King Lear at the Lancome Theater in Moscow?
Let's say Macbeth.
It was Hamlet.
Okay, close enough.
What was his first feature film? I'm not going to give you any.
First feature film, as in him directing it by himself.
Yes.
it should be Ivan's childhood, but if it's stupid, it might be the Steamroller one. But I think he did that when he was a student.
You're right. It's Ivan's childhood.
Okay.
He actually inherited that from director Eduard Abalov, who had to cancel the project.
Okay.
This is just going to be a yes or no question. Has Tarkovsky written any books?
Yes.
Do you know what it's called?
Solaris? I don't know.
In 1986, he published Sculpting in Time, a book about cinema and art. So that might be your next buy.
You know he died in 86 too. Yeah.
Do you know how he died?
Because the Stalker?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the Stalker. Him and I think his wife and one of the actors, they died.
Yeah, they all.
I couldn't tell. Is it because of radiation or from the makeup? Because so they all had cancer in the same place. And I think it's like the radiation of just the wasteland that they.
Yeah.
I don't know why there was so much radiation, but yeah, apparently there's like this big river. Actually, I have some quotes. Yeah, we were shooting near. So this is the sound recordist who's talking about filming Stalker. He says we were shooting near Tellin in the area around the small river Yagala with a half-functioning hydroelectric station. Sharoon recalled in 2001. Up the river was a chemical plant, and it poured out poisonous liquids downstream. There is even this shot in Stalker, snow falling in the summer and white foam floating down the river. In fact, it was some horrible poison. This guy concludes that the deaths of various crew members were a result of Tarkovsky's decision to shoot in Estonia. Quote, many women in our crew got allergic reactions on their faces. Tarkovsky died from cancer of the right bronchial tube. And Tolya Solonitsyn, too. That it was all connected to the location shooting for Stalker became clear to me when Larisa Tarkovskaya died from the same illness in Paris. So this guy literally died making this film. And that's what I told my sisters when we watched this. I was like, this guy died making this film, so it's probably going to be a good movie. Okay, so 3 of his films were featured in Sight and Sound's 2012 poll of the 100 greatest films of all time. And Sight and Sound is like a British film magazine.
You want me to guess 3?
Which ones? Yeah.
I'm going to say Stalker, Solaris, and Mir.
So yeah, you got Mirror and Stalker, but the third one's actually Andrei Rublev.
Okay.
And this is my last trivia question. Did Tarkovsky have any health issues? Maybe I should have written these better, so I apologize.
Yes.
Yeah, so apparently he had a heart attack in April 1978, resulting in further delay for one of his films.
Okay.
That's crazy to have a heart attack.
78, that would have been when they were filming Stalker then. Yeah.
So let's talk about Solaris.
Yeah.
So Solaris, it's basically like 3 locations that they shoot at.
Yep.
So you have the space station, you have that house that he's basically living in with his parents.
And the yard.
The yard too. And then kind of that weird part when he launches that woman, his wife, from the space station.
Yeah.
So I'll try to recap this for you guys. Basically, and again, I don't know if I wasn't paying attention or if things are just not explicitly said. Basically, this guy is going to go up to the space stations revolving around Solaris. They've had some weird interactions. So there's like a board of directors, and they were talking to people that were there. This one guy's like, I swear I saw this person. I saw this little kid. He was looking at me. And everyone's basically like, okay, so this guy's crazy, right? So we're going to send someone else. So our main character, Chris Kelvin, goes to the space station. There's only 2 other guys there. And there was supposed to be a third one, but he committed suicide. And the reasons surrounding that, none of the crew members will tell him. Chris Kelvin basically finds a recording of this guy talking basically about why he committed suicide and what's going on in this ship. Something is wrong. Something is weird. Something is off. And you can tell that just because of like the soundtrack, like the undertones, there's just a lot of ambience. There's some beautiful shots of like this big oceanic thing. And that was peak to me. I was like, I love that. I don't know how they did that, but this is Russia too. So you don't have a lot of resources like we in the Americas do, especially during Soviet times. Like things were rough over there in Russia. So basically, how this progresses is there's a woman that suddenly on the ship, right? And so you find out that this was Chris Kelvin's wife. She died about 10 years ago. So there's this weird memory thing from the ocean, from the planet, that is basically reconstructing itself from Chris's memory. You also have this weird, bizarre scene when he's first on the ship and he like knocks on the door to his colleague, and
Yeah.
there's this little midget thing that runs
Yeah.
out. I was
And
like,
he's like, get back in. It's like,
I was like, what the heck is that?
yeah. And
Very
they
unsettling.
never specify on that again.
That's one of the things I appreciate about this film is it tries to be mysterious, and it does by not answering your questions. Like there's some things that happen and it's just like, okay, well, that's just what it is. But I think also too, I was wearing headphones whenever I'd watch this. So just that creepy, dark ambiance is just like, I was like, this is peak. Yeah. And so basically he's with his two guys and they're like, hey, so don't sleep, because when you sleep, this memory thing comes in and reprocesses your memories. And basically that's the whole film. He tries to get rid of his wife, who's not his wife. So he launches her away in a spacecraft. He catches on fire. There's this whole thing. But then she comes back and he's like, first he fights it. He's like, you're not my wife. But then she's like, well, I know this and this and this, because she walks through her memories. So she's like, did your mom ever like me? And he's like, yeah, she liked you. And she's like, no, she didn't. I remember that. She kicked me out. Do you know? Is any of this?
No, I remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a scene where you're just like looking at a painting for like 3 minutes. That's pretty cool. What do you remember?
I mean, yeah. So
I feel like I'm butchering explaining.
No, you're doing. I mean, I don't think there's any way to explain this movie in a good way.
That's actually fair.
So I mean, I did. Did I watch videos about this? Yeah, I did.
I have some points, I guess. That
it was. I don't know. It's just so interesting because, like, after I watch them, like this movie, I'm gonna think about for a while, and I mean, I'm still thinking about it.
Yes.
And now I'm definitely gonna have to rewatch it. Yeah, it's really interesting. Just how, man, I'm blanking.
I know.
Yeah. No, I mean, right when they introduce her, and it's like, okay, so she's like a figment of his memory, like she is not real, basically.
Yeah.
And watching all these interactions, and it's like, where's this going? And at another point, I did doze off, and then he shoots her. Yeah, it's all, yeah. So yeah, I'm blanking for most of it, sadly. And I also didn't really care for it just because of how spaced out the whole thing was. Yeah.
You could definitely edit this to a more tolerable chunk, but I wonder how that would, like, showing people that for the first time.
Yeah.
Hearing their thoughts versus the full unabridged version. So yeah, there's some interactions with his two other crewmates. They're talking about this other guy basically killed himself because he just couldn't stand being with the person that the memories had recreated. I guess I should call it Solaris because it's kind of that entity. There's this really cool scene where they're all in like an office and it's this guy's birthday, so he's getting drunk. They're just having conversations. There's a lot of references to Russian literature and Russian art in this film. So they reference Tolstoy a lot. Specifically in Stalker, there's a lot of references to, I think, Catholicism. So I guess that would be like the Roman Catholic Church because that's more of Russia, Eastern Europe kind of thing. I'm trying to think of what else. Tolstoy. You also had the guy who wrote Crime and Punishment, Fyodor Dostoevsky. I can't do Russian names, but I have read Crime and Punishment, so and Tolstoy, so I kind of know what I'm talking about. Anna Karenina. Yeah, you don't know ball. You don't know literature. That's okay.
You're right.
There's a lot of as someone who's watched over 5 hours of Andre. He does like to put a lot of philosophical debates and a lot of it does debate with faith, I would say, at least some of the parts that I watched. So I think it's very cool that he can insert those types of things. But also you have to be aware of just the time period. So he's in Soviet Russia, right? And there's reportedly like he had some final versions of his film where basically the government was like, "Nah, we're gonna cut this out, cut this out, cut this out," just because it didn't line up with their propaganda or ideas and whatnot. Kind of very similar to Akira Kurosawa in his earlier phase when he wanted to make his own movies, but the government was basically like, "Hey, you got to do this." Specifically for the sequel for his film, he didn't want to do that. But everyone was like, the first one did well, so make a sequel. And then he has The Most Beautiful or whatever, and that is basically a propaganda film. But Solaris, I really enjoyed Solaris because, yes, it is a slow burn. But the ending is really what brings it all together, and we'll get to that. But basically, he's fighting Solaris. He's like, "You're not my wife. You're not real." And then she kind of comes to terms with it too. She tries to kill herself. Well, she does kill herself, but she just regenerates. And she's like, "I'm not who you think I am." And he's like, "Yes, you are. You're my wife. We can live together. We can be happy." And she fights it for a while. She's like, "No, I don't think so." He's like, "I want to stay on Solaris." And his other buddies too are like, "Hey man, we got to get rid of this girl. Like, she's not good for you and you're going to go crazy." But he keeps fighting it. And eventually, I guess I'll just hit the ending. You think that he goes back to Earth. You see him in his yard.
Yep.
You see that house. You see water falling in. You see his dad.
Yep.
And I think that final shot is what is going to resonate with you.
Well, and also, he walks inside and it's raining inside, and it's like, what?
Yeah.
What is this? And then it zooms out, and this guy is living on Solaris.
Right. You think he went back to Earth, but no, he's on Solaris. I think the moment I saw that one shot of how the film ends is he's basically on his knees crying, and he's like hugging his dad's waist.
Yep.
On the porch, and I was like, that scene automatically, like, picture perfect in my memory. Like, when I think of Solaris, like, that final shot, and I could tell that that's what Andre was going for. Because the final shots are so important. But yeah, it zooms out, and you see the ocean of Solaris.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Yeah. I mean, you could start talking even more. You could think, were they all on Solaris from the start?
Right.
Because, I mean, same property, whatever. Yeah, I don't know. Just cool things.
We appreciate this film, but I don't think we really understand it. And so I think as to someone who would understand it and go on to it, maybe you could get a better explanation of it.
Yeah.
It is rather confusing, and like you said, it is pretty long, so it is kind of hard to retain everything. But yeah, I think it really is a good movie, and especially when you think of the time for it, like 1972, like that long hallway. Just I love that. I don't know why. But yeah, just the shots of the space station, just a really cool set, really cool overall design. Characters, I like our main character, like the actor, like he's just a likable guy in my opinion. At least before he became irrational. But like Chris Kelvin, like just kind of like a cool guy. The other guys, I don't know if Russian cinema is probably very different, like how they do storytelling and whatnot. So I'm sure like there is character development, and it's just very different than what our traditional sense of character development would be. But yeah, that's basically Solaris, and I think I would watch Solaris over Stalker, to be honest with you.
Yep. So, Stalker. Stalker.
Is this your favorite Tarkovsky movie?
So far.
Okay.
So far. I really like the gradual pace of it. Because it's literally 3 guys going to walk and come back. That's the whole movie. Boom, right there.
Yeah.
I just
And
summarized
that's why I didn't like it.
3 hours for you. Yeah. Yeah, the opening is really long though with this guy is up, he has wife, whatever. And then he kind of just sneaks out, goes to a bar. There's 2 other guys there. They're all talking, start walking together, and they're like getting close to the zone. and they basically got to break in there. So there's like people
Yeah.
trying to shoot them and stuff. And they're like,
Can I actually
hiding and
talk about the beginning?
innovating.
Because
Yes,
I think
please.
this is the best part of the movie.
Okay,
The
bro.
first 40 minutes are
Yeah, no.
easily the best, in my opinion.
No.
First of all, the gravity of the film. You have no idea what's coming on. You have no idea what's going on. Especially the intro when it's listing through the credits or whatever. It's that bar shot from the other doorway, right? And it's just these people milling around. And it's like, whatever, you don't care about it. But literally, the beginning of the film kind of takes place in that, and you revisit that scene. And I love that touch. Like, it's like Quentin Tarantino, Pulp Fiction, like kind of like the whole cafe thing, right? In a sense, it's kind of based off of, well, I guess Pulp Fiction would be based off of Stalker, but it's like you set off in this cafe, you set off in this scene, this bar, right? And you revisit it, and that's like the cafe in Pulp Fiction. Like the beginning, you just have Honey Bunny and whatever talking about it, and they're gonna rob it, and then that's how the film concludes.
Yeah.
And I love the weight of this because it's in like a black and white, not black and white, but like a yellowish, murky, nasty kind of color. And then you see the guy, our main character, who is kind of a douchebag. His wife and daughter are sleeping in the bed next to him. But he's like, he's separated himself. Like there's a whole gap, and he's just like watching them. Like he's awake. I loved that small camera movement of like, slow. That was my favorite part.
Okay.
I also loved driving into the zone.
Mm.
So like when he's on the thing and he's like on the train tracks and he's like, grr, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When he's like grinding against it, I was like, that's pretty funny. Okay, but continue as you're saying.
Yeah. What do you think of the color switch? Because I told you there is a color switch, but it happens out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like you're not even thinking about it. It's like, wait.
I didn't even catch it
Yeah,
at first.
yeah.
That's how I was like, oh wait, there's
'Cause
color now.
you were thinking of like a Wizard of Oz type of like, it's like all magical and beautiful right when they go in, but no. It's just going, and then the next shot, boom, there's green.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Stalker, I didn't like as much because, like you said, nothing happens. It felt like it was supposed to build up to this big thing. I was expecting someone to die.
Yeah.
I think that's what disappointed me the most because there were a couple points where I was like, oh, is this it? Is this where the zone's going to take him or whatever?
Mm.
One of them gets a dog. That's the whole movie.
Yeah.
I wish it feels like things aren't even really explained. Like looking back on it as I'm thinking about this movie, it felt boring. Like there's nothing that I gained from it.
Mm.
With Solaris, you're always going to have that twist at the end that's going to resonate with you. You'd be like, oh yeah, that movie. Like even if you hate the first 2.5 hours, like I'd be like, sure, I don't blame you. But like that ending is what brings it all together.
Yeah.
With Stalker, I didn't feel as much because what happens next? Is he still gonna be mean to his wife and kid? Probably. Like, he's crying. He's like, people hire me to drive them into the zone, but they never go into the room or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I did like seeing their conflicts with themselves. Like there's that whole bit with one of them has that bomb that they're trying to set off, and then they're like literally fighting over that for a while, and then they're all just sitting there contemplating life again for like the 15th time. Yeah.
I will say the location where they shot this, absolutely
Beautiful.
peak.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Like, I love just the wasteland aspect of it. And then you have the complete opposite where everything's in color and it's just green everywhere. I think I really would be interested in listening to this book or reading it. I think that would probably like hold up a little bit more, make more sense. Because things aren't even really explained. They're like, oh yeah, aliens came and landed and there's like this tech or whatever. And this guy, Stalker, he drives people into the zone because the government has basically like, nobody can come in here. I don't know. It felt like, you know, he talks about salvation a lot. Like he's bringing the wretched. The zone picks the wretched, right? That anyone can approach it if they know the right person. Like to find salvation and to change and to be better. And you kind of have these characters that are very flawed. And the writer, his name is Writer, he basically has a long thing about like, hey, I write, but basically I don't write what I want to write. I write for the masses. And yeah, I did enjoy where he talks about don't bring a gun in there because you have to face yourself. Kind of like the whole Luke Skywalker thing in Empire when he goes in, chops off Darth Vader's head, but then his head's in the helmet.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I was thinking, wait, what? You're talking about Yoda's training.
Yeah, Yoda's training.
Yeah. Spoilers.
Maybe
don't
it
jump
does. Now that I'm thinking about it, what's the planet that Yoda lives on?
Isn't that like still unknown or something?
Oh,
I
okay.
have a Lego book, right? And it's like it gives like all the data of like where all these people are from. You know, it's like Luke Skywalker was born on like not Tatooine, but he like lives in Tatooine, like this and that. And then Yoda, it's like where he's from unknown. Here he was born unknown is like a bunch.
Well, sure,
made
where
a
he
mystery.
was born and where he comes from, that's unknown. But like that planet that he retreats to, it gives me Kashyyyk vibes.
Oh, Dagobah? Wait, are you thinking about like the one that he's on when
that
Luke
he's
is
actually
there?
doing training.
Yeah, Dagobah or something.
Okay.
Dagobah.
Well, I was just gonna
Something.
say Stalker.
I thought you were
as
talking
a-
about where he's from because
No,
that's not
nobody
where.
knows. But I was thinking about
never mind.
Stalker and the woods, and then the marshy
Mm,
lands. Kind of similar.
yeah, it would have been a fun Easter egg if they put freaking I mean Yoda wasn't out by
Yoda.
that time. Yeah, they put like a Chewbacca or something, a Wookiee in the background. That would
Well,
have
that's
been.
when A New Hope would have come out.
Yeah, so they wouldn't have the ball knowledge.
Do
of-
you know why he was doing the nut things? Like he would tie the nuts to the tethers, and then he would throw them, and that was their path. Do you know why he did that?
No.
Me neither.
Okay, I thought you were gonna give me some good old explanation.
No, I have no idea.
Okay.
Maybe they explain
Yeah.
it. But how he so Stalker is guiding them to the room,
Yeah.
which is in the zone, which is this whole thing. But how he does it is he's like he ties a nut to a sock or something, and he just throws those. And then there's this one bit where Ryder's like, "I'm not gonna follow you. I'm gonna do my own thing." And then he walks like halfway up, and then he comes back. It's like, bro, I wanted to
Yeah.
see you like just not die a horrible death, but I was waiting for it.
Yeah. The other disappointing thing with it though is like you don't really see the zone change much.
Mm-hmm.
There's that one bit when they have to go a different route and there's water everywhere. They're swimming through that. But like that was like
Oh.
the only time the zone like affected them, I'd say.
Yeah.
Because I was expecting like, you know, they're walking and then like a tree just shows up right in the middle, like one of them like hits their head on it or something. But there's nothing.
No.
This dude just seems insane. He's like, yeah, the whole place moves. We just have to keep moving because it's constantly moving. But you don't see it. I think it would have been really cool if you just see like grass growing around them as they're walking. But also 79.
How are you gonna do that?
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, it would be cool to see if they would remake it. But also, I don't like remakes. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did love that scene with the sand. That's on the cover, so if you look up Stalker,
Mhm,
you'll probably see
mhm.
like that whole room. I was like, okay, I'm vibing
Yeah,
with this.
they were not in that room long enough though. I was really hoping like that was like the the
That was
magnus
the
opus.
climax,
Yeah.
yeah.
But nope.
There's also, yeah, I hated that. Well, not hated, but like, there's this scene where they're just like, the guy goes on the bridge or whatever, the fire escape, so he like jumps down in the water, and he's like up to his chest. I was like, in your shoes too. But then there's also that scene where they're all like sleeping. They're just having
Yeah.
a conversation. They're just like laying like in the worst spots imaginable.
Yeah, like
the-
that one dude's right
yeah,
at the
in
water.
the mud. I was like, bro.
Yeah, that's the cover for the Criterion. Is
Yeah.
like his hand in the mud. But why?
That was a good shot, but I was like, I'd have to be paid a lot to like.
No wonder they died.
That's crazy.
Oh man.
I guess there's just, yeah, I don't know. So you still think Stalker is better than Solaris?
Yeah. But so I'll be honest. Solaris made me think more. It definitely was like more in depth and but Stalker was a lot more upfront. I'd say it was very much like
An
explain so much.
objective. This is what we're
Yeah.
doing. But there's no payoff. That's what it is
That's
for me. Like there's no.
Yeah.
Maybe they become better, but probably not.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think also I was really drowsy, so I probably just missed some stuff. But like that whole scene when they're just sitting in the room, I was like, I don't remember what happened before this. I don't know why they're just sitting there.
You know what's funny? What scene are you talking about? Because there's multiple times they're sitting
They're
in a
just
room.
sitting. I feel like there's like a fountain or something, and it's like there's like a circle thing here, and this guy's sitting here. There's another one sitting here, and there's another one sitting here.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm just.
Maybe you're in the zone.
Maybe I'm in the zone.
Yeah.
Maybe I am in the zone.
That tunnel scene also of them going through the tunnel and they picked straws.
See,
And that had no payoff. Like the whole thing was just like, what's gonna happen? Guess what? Nothing
the
happens.
music. Yeah, even my sisters, like the music is going up, and they're like, "There's the suspense was great because
Yes.
there's just complete silence,
Yeah.
and you're just like he's walking slowly."
Mhm.
And there's just icicles hanging from the thing. And you're like, okay, here it is. Here it is. Something's going to happen. He gets to the end of a door. He wants to take his gun in. The guy starts flipping out. He's like, do not take your gun in there. Don't take your gun in there. He goes in there. There's nothing there.
Yeah.
I don't know. It would have been cool if there had been
Aliens. No.
some some spiritual entity that like actually talked to them or did something.
Anything but a dog.
Well, I love the dog. The dog is the best part of the film. But I don't know. I don't know. Would I rewatch this? Probably not. But now I can say that now I actually have like some facts.
Yeah.
You'll be like, you should watch this movie. And instead of being like, you're right, you only recommend bangers, I could be like, well, no.
Damn
Oh,
it.
did you see my phone background?
Oh
literally-
boy.
I'm literally Scott Pilgrim, guys.
I'm glad you love that movie.
Oh, that movie's so good.
Context. Last week after we did our episode, we sat down and watched Scott Pilgrim.
Did some snuggy.
One of the best Edgar Wright movies.
Best Jason Schwartzman films of all time. I love that movie. I've been listening to the soundtrack. I don't know if I want to like start talking about Scott Pilgrim, but I do want to read the comics.
You want to watch the...
I do want to watch the other show because if it's the same voice cast, I'm there,
definitely.
bro. I'm there.
Oh yeah.
But I think too, it's Edgar Wright and the guy who wrote the comics, right? They're the ones that wrote the script.
Probably.
Pretty sure. That's hype. That's like a great collab.
Yeah.
If you get the original creator involved, like shout out to you because you're doing it right.
Iron Lung got the creator of the game he had his hands in it. So of course it looked beautiful.
Yeah.
That's why the Resident Evil movies are not good.
Are those American made?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a problem.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
And there's a new Silent Hill movie that just came out that is also dog. It's like 1 point something on Letterboxd, I think. I think Animal Farm is down to 1.8 now.
I keep reading reviews. So funny.
Oh man.
I think I keep seeing things that I'm actually really excited for. So apparently, I read this. I don't know if this is true. They finished shooting for How to Train Your Dragon 2, the live action. They're done with shooting, so that's probably going to come out in June 2027.
I can't wait to watch one of them just give it half a star because I hate it so much.
Have you seen them live
nope.
action? Yeah.
I don't want to.
I don't think there's any point to it. Will I
Yeah.
go see the second one? Probably not. Will it be cool to see what they do with Stoic and Valhalla Rama? Maybe. Probably not.
I just want to watch Stoic get murked.
Nah, not by Toothless. Dude, I
bad
wonder
take.
who they're going to have as Drago Bloodfist, though. That could be hype.
Yeah, maybe Jared Leto. That honestly,
who's
so
the
fun.
voice actor for that?
yeah, they're gonna get him to do anyway, like they do with everything else. Yeah,
I don't know if I'm. Yeah,
yeah.
I could see this guy as. Yeah. So apparently, Jimon Hunso. And I'm so sorry because. Oh, Bloodfist, like the. I keep saying Bloodfist, but it's Bloodfist, like the Russian terminology. That doesn't matter. Oh, I'm telling everybody to go see Michael, by the way. I've like told all my friends. Like,
Good.
Go watch this movie.
Great. It's a great movie.
It's so hype.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently Peter Jackson finished writing the script for Tintin 2.
Yeah. I heard about that.
If that comes out, I'm literally gonna be so happy. I might just do whatever that guy did with the Odyssey on Letterboxd, pin his 4 favorite. Is that Cam?
No, that's George. But he split it, so it's that and Dune, the new Dune. So yeah, that's gonna be really interesting though because, dude, if he hates it, it's gonna be so fun.
Yeah.
If he doesn't like him,
I don't know. The jury's still up for that. I won't make a comment on the Odyssey. We'll just have to wait to see how it is received and how it does.
Yeah. I mean, I'll see opening day definitely.
Yeah, you go do that.
So, I mean, it's Nolan, which is like the only director that everyone's obsessed with. I mean, you talk to any regular Joe about film, they're talking about Interstellar,
Inception,
Fight Club.
Oh, I need to watch Fight Club because apparently Edward Norton's in that.
Yeah, he's like the main character.
Oh, is he?
Yes. He's literally, it's him and Brad Pitt being bros.
Why didn't you just tell me to watch that?
Because I don't really want to do an episode on Fight Club, be honest with you. Okay. Because I don't want to be a film. But we did do it on Interstellar, so it would make sense that we watch it and then like talk about it, but kind of dog on it in the sense of like how it's like baby
K-pop.
tier when it comes to movies.
Yeah.
It's like a great movie, don't get me wrong.
Entry level.
Yeah.
But the people that watch that, they're not watching Solaris and Stalker.
Yeah, they're like, man, I love
they're
movies.
Like, who's Andre?
Yeah.
We should watch Dinner with Andre because that does look hype. I do want to watch that orchestra film with the one shot.
Russian
take.
Ark? Yeah, I found it on YouTube. I might watch that.
You haven't seen it?
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I definitely want to.
I'm trying to think of what else is coming out. Or what else. That movie directed by Jonah Hill with Keanu Reeves.
Yeah. See, I look stuff up, but I literally don't have internet, which doesn't make sense because this is my house.
Yo, I literally just looked up movies coming out in 2026. The first one is Resident Evil.
Oh, no.
A medical career finds himself in a desperate fight for survival.
Who's directing it?
Zach Krager.
Look up Zach Krager. What's he done?
Weapons.
You know it's going to be a banger, dude.
Wait, you knew that? He has directed? Oh, okay. Wait. Let me run that back. Okay. All right.
He did Weapons, right?
He did
and
Weapons.
Barbarian, which is also good.
Okay.
So far, he hasn't missed. Hopefully, he doesn't miss with Resident Evil.
Who, I think, are these? I guess these are going to be original people because Brian and Carl, I don't know who these guys are. I don't think they're in the Resident Evil games.
Oh, Backrooms movie coming out in like 3 weeks.
I'm literally going to go see that.
I'm seeing that. It's actually,
we have the Odyssey.
Yeah.
We have Avengers Doomsday.
Yeah.
Which might be something.
That's November. That's too far out, though.
We
want
have the
summer.
Hunger Games, Sunrise. Okay.
That's November, too. Come on. Look up summer releases, bro. I want to know what's coming out. Like, what can I watch right now? Oh, Obsession. I heard it's amazing.
I have that on my list.
You want to see it?
Well, yeah.
Oh, boy. I heard it's, like, terrible.
So May 1st, we got Animal Farm. 28% on Rotten Tomatoes, by the way.
What is it on Letterboxd? Did it drop?
I don't know.
Please let me know.
That time I got reincarnated as a slime, the movies. So I guess I gotta catch up on that anime. James Cameron really said, "I'm done with blue people for now." I like Billie Eilish. So
Billie Eilish,
the Hit Me Hard and Soft, the tour live in 3D.
Yeah,
that came out May 8th.
Of course, it's 3D. I was gonna talk to you about that because I was like, dude, you make it like he hasn't done a single freaking project that didn't have blue people since Titanic in '97.
We got Mortal Kombat 2. Probably as good, if not better, than the first one.
Both entirely mid.
We have the Sheep Detectives.
Actually looks funny, so we'll see how that.
I saw a trailer for it. So it has Hugh Jackman. So, we have May 15th. Is God Is, which I saw someone review that, and that looked interesting. We have Obsession.
Mm-hmm. I really want to see that.
We have The Wizard of the Kremlin, which is a political satire. Cool. May 20th, so in 3 days from doing this, Tom Clancy's Jack Ryan, Ghost War. So if you remember, there's been like a million Jack Ryan. So I remember Patriot games with Harrison Ford.
Yeah. And there's the one with the dude from The Office. And
John Krasinski. Yeah,
yeah.
so that's the Amazon Prime series. And so
Yeah.
this is a movie
of that
will stream exclusively on Prime Video. Yeah, I mean, they have the 2 seasons, and then I guess they just did a movie.
Well, then I guess I can watch that then.
Yeah, we have I Love Boosters, which I read some reviews about, which some people said looked interesting. Ladies First, pass. Passenger. A young couple on the road who witness a terrible accident that leaves the driver dead are pursued by a demonic stalker who follows them wherever they go.
That's a long title.
Well, it's called Passenger.
No, man, I'm playing. Oh, yeah, Passengers. Yeah.
It's directed by Andre Avradal, who has done The Autopsy of Jane Doe.
Okay. So I've seen that.
Was that good?
Yeah. It was pretty good.
We have the new Star Wars, The Mandalorian and Grogu coming out. That has Sigourney Weaver in it. That's crazy. But it is directed by Jon Favreau. So,
you and not saying stuff right, man.
I know. I can't read. Well, so that's the thing is I read to myself and I just implement wrong word pronunciations in my head. What else is coming out? We got Backrooms May 29th, so that's coming out soon.
Oh, yeah.
Who's in charge of that? Like a freaking 17-year-old, right?
You know who's in charge of it, right? The one that made Backrooms. Like the short film thing that at first originally was. He's making a full-fledged movie. He's like 20.
Yeah. Yeah, he's 20 years old. United Kingdom.
I don't know about that.
Sheesh.
Get him out.
We'll have to see. That's actually... So he invented... Okay. That's going to be so hype. I'm definitely going to go see this because if this 20-year-old made up the Backrooms concept, we're going to go see that. Kane Parsons, yeah.
What are we're going to have to make something else, make one of our own projects into a reality and get the big bucks from it from Hollywood as I don't know.
What else is coming out? We got The Breadwinner. We got Pressure. Oh, wait. We got Tuner. Have you seen a trailer for that?
No.
That actually looked good.
Okay.
Oscar-winning documentary Daniel Roher, who's also the director, makes his narrative feature debut with this crime thriller about a talented piano tuner who discovers his gifts make him a natural at cracking safes. I saw a trailer for that, and I was like, okay, that actually looks hype. June 5th, we got Masters of the Universe.
Not Masters in Disguise, too?
I wish. I'm excited for this because we got Jared Leto as Skeletor. We got Power Ballad. Paul Rudd as Rick. Interesting. And we got Scary Movie. June 12th, we got Disclosure Day. So that's Spielberg's. Hasn't that guy retired like 15 times?
You're thinking of John Williams.
Maybe, probably. We have The Furious. That looks like
Fast and Furious.
No, I was going to say that looks like a foreign film. We got The Death of Robin Hood with Hugh Jackman. Bill Skarsgård. Jodie Comer. Okay. We got Leviticus. Australian. This horror film from Australia centers on 2 teenage boys whose community church forbids their... Oh.
What?
Forbids their burgeoning love and place a curse on them in the form of a demon that haunts them in the form of what they most desire, each other.
So it's gay stuff.
Gay. Yeah, I'm not watching that. Australia, get it together. We got... Rumors say that they're coming out with the Toy Story 5. But we all know they stopped at 3. It's a perfect trilogy.
Yeah. I still am going to have to go and watch that at some point, though.
You actually don't. You have free will, so...
I got homework to do. There's a video that I want to drop, and I literally have to watch Toy Story 5 for content. Yeah.
We have Supergirl. That actually looks pretty hype.
Yeah, but you still need to watch Superman.
Yeah, I probably will. We have Jackass, Best and Last,
We're seeing that together, right?
I guess. We got Minions and Monsters coming out July 1st.
No, do not clap at that. The worst trailer I've seen for a
This
movie
third
in a long
film in the
time.
Minions spin-off prequels takes place in the 1920s as the Minions seek to become Hollywood movie stars and end up unleashing monsters upon the world in the process. So basically, The Host and Babylon. We got Young Washington coming out in July 3rd.
As in George Washington?
As its title indicates, this historical biopic tells the story of a young George Washington
Biopic.
prior to his presidency, focusing on his time as a soldier in the French and Indian War. You know what?
Good. We need
You
more.
know what?
We need more of
I
that.
would go watch that.
We need more of that.
I would go
definitely.
watch it. That sounds actually really hype.
We need
Are
more
they gonna butcher it?
Revolutionary War movies.
It better not be like Napoleon.
Directed by Ridley Scott. That would be the worst. That would be the yeah.
That would make me. It's directed by John Irwin. So let's see what this guy has done.
Are you're looking up, not letterboxing it like a normal person? Disappointing.
Okay. All right. Godspeed, John Irwin. I believe in you. He's directed a bunch of he did Mom's Night Out. You ever see that? Sean Astin.
Yeah.
Yeah. He did October Baby. I Still Believe. Oh, that movie sucked. I hated that one. I can only imagine. I saw that in theaters, and he's been doing House of David, and he did Jesus Revolution.
Okay. Oh, okay. So he is like the forerunner of like newer Christian movies.
Yeah.
He isn't in I forget the group of them, but the ones that did Fireproof,
Right.
Courageous.
Those brothers.
Yeah.
No, I liked I Can Only Imagine.
Yeah.
The Jeremy Camp one, hated that one. That one sucked. But that's just me. We got 2026 Moana live action remake, 10 years. That's hype. July 17th, obviously the Odyssey's coming out.
You're not gonna clap at that, but you clap at Moana. The whatever, man.
Spider-Man Brand New Day comes out July 31st.
Yes, sir.
Oh, it has Sadie Sink in it.
Yes. Yes.
Who does she play?
Never mind. What? What? Who does she play?
No, I'm not even looking at that. I'm looking at this new movie that I don't know if I want to watch, but it has Cooper Hoffman in it.
What is it?
I Want Your Sex.
Oh.
Cooper Hoffman and Olivia Wilde,
Oh yeah.
starring Greg
Never mind.
Araki's sex comedy about a young man who begins a new job working for a famous artist and becomes her sexual muse. Yo, we got a new movie from Eli Roth, Ice
Oh,
Cream
no.
Man, August 7th. So it's still technically summer.
Okay.
Eli Roth.
When's the last time you've seen an ice cream truck? Like that actually drove around with the music that would stop if you wanted ice cream.
August 14th.
You
We're going to
never-
have to
you
go
not-
see this
okay.
movie. It's called The End of Oak Street. Anne Hathaway.
Stop.
Ewan McGregor star in this high-concept sci-fi thriller about a suburban neighborhood that is ripped from the earth and transported to a mysterious unknown location, leaving its residents stranded and trying to figure out how to survive. You had me at Ewan McGregor.
Not
You know who
Anne
that is?
Hathaway.
You know who that is?
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Of
we
course,
know.
of course. Like, the coolest guy ever. You ever see that show where he's just, like, on his motorcycle with his other guy? They literally just ride around, I think, Africa. Like, they just go on a long motorcycle trip. Yeah, they did their own production and stuff. Anyways, summer, a lot to look forward to.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm definitely looking forward to Minions, for sure.
Stop
For
the
sure.
rage
It's
bait,
gonna be
man.
hype. The Odyssey, I guess we'll just have to see. To be honest, I probably will go see it in IMAX, but probably not opening day. But
You disappoint me. 'Cause who am I gonna see it with then?
you want to go opening day?
Yes. Because I saw Oppenheimer opening day, and dude,
Actually?
insane. It was packed out.
I do think the audience experience might
Yes.
be. I want
Let
to
me
do it
think
for the
about it.
experience, not the film.
Just think about it. We're watching it, and then just Travis Scott just appears. We all just start laughing.
Is he in?
Yes.
Okay. Well, he did a lot of the soundtrack stuff with Tenet, so.
Mm.
But that's neither here nor there.
When's our Tenet episode gonna be?
You tell me. Anyways, we hope you enjoyed this episode of the Green Room Podcast talking about Solaris and Stalker.
Mm-hmm. We'll catch you next week. We'll yap about another movie and other random things because we always get off topic. Until next time.
Love you.
Love you.